All right. I'm back. Let's turn this music off. Turn it down. Turn it off. All right. So we're back. We're going to be talking about acronyms, right? We're going to talk about the acronyms in our industry. Every single industry or business has a special talk. And so let me take that down, put this one back up, and get ourselves ready here. So take this off. So who do we have here live with us? Got a few people live. I see Preston joined. Preston, man, thanks for coming. We'll see you in Montreal here really soon. And hey, man, I'm excited to have you guys live. I'm excited to have you guys here with me. Again, just going to give you guys more knowledge, going to give you guys more information, stuff for you guys to think about. And if anything, just try to take down like 3 key things, okay? Every time I'm on a training, live call, whatever it might be, I always try to take down some key stuff. So at first, I would write down, like I'd get a pen and a pad, and I'd write down like 3 major breakthroughs or 3 major keys that you've learned so far on the training, and then that way we can get going. So I've got a few people here. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? So Akumi, if you can hear me loud and clear, put a big yes or a big heck yes. Let me know that you guys can hear me. Sounds like I can hear myself. Cool. Well, we've got people coming on. I've actually sent another email out real quick. That's why it took me a few minutes. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to grab my phone because I wrote some notes down that will help me go through everything and keep me on track. Let's see here. Okay, cool. Grab my pen. Make sure I'm on a spot here where you guys can see. So let's start off with some acronyms. So you should be able to see right about here. Let's see here. Pull this up a little bit better. All right, so I can see this is about the height of the screen. So let's start off with CTA equals call to action. Okay, CTA means call to action. So what a CTA is could be a couple of things, okay? It could be me saying, hey guys, I know you're excited about this offer. Just wait a second, but we're going to give it to you. All right, now here's the offer. Go to www.schoolofshark.net to learn more. Sign up right now, and you'll get invited to all of our events. Every single time we go on live, you'll get invited. So that is a verbal call to action. Now, another call to action could be a buy button. So if you have a buy button or a link somewhere, regardless if you're online or on a webinar, or if you're in a sales, like a sales page, or if you're inside of a funnel, anytime you see something that's a call to action, that is basically a way to purchase something. Now, it may not be like we showed on the value ladder. It might be a low cost, might be easy for somebody to get into, but that's actually the basis of it. Okay, that's the call to action basis of it, and pulling people through it. So right now, I'm like pulling you guys into my my feed today. I'm pulling you guys into my. I'm giving you guys call to actions through push notifications. I'm giving you guys call CTAs in my emails. I'm going to be adding a texting club, so I'll probably be doing CTAs through there. But what is the value? I mean, not the value. The value is really big. But what's the entry, right? The entry is so low, right? The entry is just some of your time. So I'm basically helping you, giving you information so you can leverage your time. So the next acronym I wrote down was EPC. EPC. Let me ask you guys online. Let me see if I can pull this up over here real quick. It'd be kind of cool if I can. Let's see. I want to see if I can actually pull it up on my other screen to where I can see you guys. Yep, I can. Cool. So we've got Michael says he's listening, and I've got Akumi. So guys, do you guys know what EPC stand for? I've got a few people online. I want to know if you guys know what EPC stand for. So what do we got? Akumi says yes. Yes. People said yes. Back. Cool. They said yes. We got Alyssa Kane, cool, thanks for joining. Got a bunch of people that shared, so that's awesome, really appreciate it. Got a lot of people that are giving love and giving likes, so that's awesome, you guys are doing that, I really appreciate it. But who knows what an EPC is? So I'm looking here, I'm not seeing any new things. So I'm going to tell you, it's earnings per click. Okay, this is a very, very important acronym to understand, because earnings per click is if you're buying traffic, let's just say, or if you're leveraging someone. So there's different types of traffic. We'll get into that again. We're going to break traffic down for sure. But I think that there's basic information. Like I probably at the end of this, I could give you some basic stuff on traffic. But the traffic could either come from where you pay for it, it could come from free traffic, or it could come from controlled traffic, or it could come from what I like to consider leveraged traffic. And leverage is kind of gray with control, because it's coming from someone else, like an affiliate. And affiliates in that industry, they're like, hey dude, what is the earnings per click before I jump on board? And you know what? Your earnings per click, if you're a JV, doesn't necessarily mean that my earnings per click is going to be the same. See, you might have a list of bloggers, or you might have a list of digital product buyers, or you might have a certain list. If I'm not tailoring and bridging my message to that list the right way, so usually there might be like an opt-in form or something like that before they go onto my sales page, that's going to bridge the gap between your list and that, so that way we can actually measure those types of EPCs, those earnings per clicks. But if you are, let's say you're paying for traffic and you put $500 in and you get 2 sales, let's say 2 sales at $1,000 a piece, so that would be $2,000 divided by what would that be? Say $500 gave you 10 clicks, so that would be like $250 per click. And at $250 per click, what was out of that 10? What's 10 divided by 2,000? So that would give you that answer, which would be, I'm just guessing, but like $200 per click. Those are really high numbers, extremely high numbers, really. But that's what an earnings per click is. So it's important that you understand that metric, because that metric is kind of like, it's a word that's thrown around, but really what it comes down is to conversions. And so how does that list, again, that's more advanced, but again, you guys need to start thinking about that. I need to start planting those seeds in you to understand what earnings per click is and how to figure those out. And we'll dive into those a little bit more later. Then we've got PPC. Okay, you guys heard of PPC before? Anybody here heard of PPC? So I'm going to ask you guys again. I love it when you guys are interactive. You guys got to get interactive with me. Like the more interactive you guys get, the more excited I get to give you guys information. But if you're just kind of there watching it, I mean, come on, man. Like, say something. Get in there and say something. I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying, yeah, I know what PPCs are, or no, I don't know what PPC is. So PPC is pay-per-click. Or CPC, cost per click. So that's basically that's what you're going to get. So what you're measuring with PPC is how much does it cost me per click. You'll see it a lot in Facebook. If you do any Facebook advertising, you'll actually see what, it actually gives you that PPC measurement. Then we have CPM. CPM. So what is CPM? Trust me, like I heard CPM, I'm going to say 4.5 years ago when I first started, and I was like, what's cost per minute, cost per millisecond, cost per, I was just guessing, right? This is crazy, but it's a cost per 1,000. Okay, why is there a cost per 1,000? And why do I need to measure a cost per 1,000? Well, basically it's 1,000 like impressions. So if it's an impression, like on Facebook, you can pay for cost per impression. On other type of like CPA type stuff, which would be like banner ads and stuff like that. Like Google has a huge content network, and you can basically put in your ads on their content network, but they're going to charge you. You can be charged based off of clicks. But usually you'll get charged based off per 1,000. But again, you want to make sure you're either like doing stuff that's like retargeting, or you want to make sure you're doing stuff to where you're going to the right blogs where your type of customer is hanging out. So just make sure you kind of understand that as we go through. Hi, whoever said hi to me, hi. You know what's funny too, guys? I'm going to break for a second. Like I said, I get all over the place. I've got a whole list of, I've been getting hit up like, hey, how are you doing this? How are you doing that? I want to know about that. If you want to know, if you guys want to have access to my resources, I don't have any problem with giving them to you. I will show you everything I use, the camera I use, the converter I use, the computer I use, the lighting systems, everything, the software that I use all this stuff to leverage stuff, but I will share that with you on the last day of the training. What I'm going to do is probably put in our membership site, for people that do log in and get access, it's free, nothing, doesn't cost you anything to get in, and it's all this information is completely free, provided by yours truly. And on there, we're going to have we'll have your a resource list that you guys can use if you choose. So it's up to you, but the information will be there. These are, like, again, I'm giving you guys my secrets that has taken me years, because I want to help you leverage your time, right? So the next thing we'll look at is, so we looked at CPM. The next thing we'll look at is LTV. And can anybody tell me what LTV stands for? Let's see if we got some people in here that know what LTV stands for. So, I think if I refresh. Awesome, we're getting more people live. Woo! Alright, so let's see. LTV, folks. Who knows what LTV stands for? Let me ask you, are you down with LTV? Yeah, you know me. You gotta have fun, right? You gotta be weird, have some fun. So, anybody know what LTV? Carl, what are we going to learn today? Well, stick around. You will definitely listen to it. Where are we supposed to comment when he asks us something? You, right there, right where you commented, that's where you would definitely make sure. And so Akumi is my wife. She's actually moderating the actual comment area. So she should also be able to help you out with any of those questions as they come. I saw someone earlier put earnings per click. Good job. Good job, Alyssa. You're definitely paying attention. You're learning, and you know some of this stuff. So again, if you guys just started joining us, I went over the value ladder. I went over a disclaimer. I went over mindset, which I believe is the foundation of everything. And then also, too, right now we're going over acronyms that are widely used. And remember, these are just basic things. But if you've known these things for a while, stick around, because you're going to learn still. You'll still learn something. You'll still pick something up. And also, it doesn't hurt to continue to digest the information in your mind, because before you know it, you will learn it. Because there's these, like, I think it's like 4 steps. There's a unconscious uncompetence, and then there's conscious uncompetence, which is basically like, I know I don't know. And then there's competence, and then that's like, oh, I know how to do this. I'm learning how to do it. And then there's the 4th step, which is like mastery, which is unconscious competence. So in order for you to get to those levels, as you learn, you want to get to the point where you're unconsciously competent about the stuff when they happen. So that way it becomes your strength, and then your speed of implementation. You guys are going to hear me talk about speed of implementation all the time, because I think it's like one of the biggest things that people fail at, is that they don't understand they don't understand how to hack their time right, and they also don't make action quick enough to fail. So going back on mindset too, like I said, I'm all over the place sometimes, but mindset also is, how do you handle failure? For whatever reason, a lot of people don't handle failure that well, and then they quit. So it's like hitting a brick wall because they had something not happen right, and then they're done. Guys, I've failed over and over and over and over again. That's why I was saying earlier that you have to have it. You need, like, you don't need, but a mentor is good, because they'll teach you how to hack your time, because they've made so many mistakes that you can learn from them and learn from their experiences and hack that time. But if you're going to try to go and figure it out on your own, failure is a good thing. You need to start looking at failure as a good thing. And I'm not saying that failures win. They don't win, obviously, but they teach you what not to do. So you're going to continue to improve on your speed of implementation and continue to improve on your knowledge, so that way when you do make mistakes, it's not going to be, oh, I quit, I failed, I'm out of here. It's going to be, what did I learn from that, and how do I pivot myself into another direction so I can continue to go forward? All right. So let's go ahead and get back into what we were talking about here, about acronyms. If you just joined us, CTA, EPCs, PPCs, CPMs, LTVs. So then we'll also get into CPC, which is basically this. I might have messed this one up. CPC, which is basically cost per click. And I just skipped one. I just skipped one on accident. Let's see here. What'd someone say? Then I have to watch a small screen. You can actually blow it up. Blow the screen up on your computer. If you go there, there's a just go back and forth. You can go back and forth. So blow the screen up and then bring it back down, or use your phone. You can actually watch me live on the phone. So watch it on your computer and then go to your phone for the questions, and then that's cool. It's like mobile, and also you have me wherever you go. Just don't take me to the bathroom. Anyway, wah, wah. So anyway, long LTV stands for long-term value. Okay, long-term value. This is missed. Everybody misses long-term value for whatever reason. People, they're in it for the short buck, and that's not what it's about. If you're in it for the short buck, this is not the short buck industry. In anything you do, really. I mean, in life, you got to think of what's the long-term value of it. How can I give this to someone, regardless if it's information or if it's a product or if it's not a product, if it's a software, if it's something that's intangible or something that they can use later. What's the long-term value of that to that person? So you got to think about what are those long-term values and what's it to you. I will use a story. I got mentorship from Chris Record about a year and a half ago. Well, my thinking was, and we become good friends, which is awesome out of the process, but my thinking was, how could I go and start mentoring with somebody like that? I already kind of had skills and I understood this stuff very well, but at that time I was like, how can I start stacking? And so I got a hold of Chris and I said, Chris, I will work for free. I will do anything you want. I'll be a fly on the wall. I have all this information. I will give that information to you. And I never asked for a penny. Okay, why did I do that? Because there's a long-term value to it. The long-term value to it was he opened up a lot more doors that I never would have had, a lot of opportunities. I met a lot of cool people. I learned a lot more stuff that I never would have had the opportunity to learn. That long-term value. And now the friendships. We're friends. We talk all the time. The fact that I could pick up the phone and he could do the same, that is the long-term value of it. It's the relationship that I was investing in, and investing was my time, and my time is the most precious resource, but I couldn't think of a better way to use it than to use it with someone that's made millions of dollars online. All right, so that's a good example of long-term value, how you can use it. Long-term value could be also too, like, I'm big at software. I build software. I've been building software. I've got more software we're building. And I think when I start a software, it's not the short run of the product. I think how many people can use it. I think about the market. I measure those markets. I look at the growth of the market, and then I think of what's the long-term value of that software and for people to continue to use it. And I use the next thing we'll talk about, which is SaaS. Actually, I'm gonna stay here. We'll get into SaaS in a second. So then there's CPS. And this is like probably not used because of EPCs and stuff like this, but this is cost per sale. And I know like in the insurance industry, we use this a lot because what we would do is we would pay for leads that would be mailed to people's houses, and then they would fill out a form, and then they'd send it back. Well, it was like $400 for 1,000, let's say 1,000 CPRs, right? 1,000 impressions, and out of 1,000 impressions, 10 people gave it back. So 10%, 10% actually filled the card back out of 1,000, and then we would get we would get less than that, like 1%. Sorry, we would get like 10 back. So 1% to 2% was actually a good response rate in direct mail. Good response rate, 1 to 2%. I've seen 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Those are hard to come by, but I have seen them. But you would get between 10 and 20 leads. Then you would say, okay, if I did, I'm not going to get into the whole math right now, but if I did, $2,000 in sales, I knew my cost per lead was, $20. Say my cost per lead was $20. Say my cost per lead was $100. I think if you break it down to tens, it would be like $100 per lead. So, or a little less. Sorry, it'd be a little bit less than that. It'd be like $85 per lead or something like that. But if you can get your cost per lead down to 20, so if you had double that, it'd be like $40 per lead. If you added another 2%, which would be 4% return, then it'd be like $20 per lead. It just depends. But that's the same principle. Those are the same principles that are used in online marketing as offline marketing. So it was really easy for me as an offline marketer to jump right into online marketing. I just had to learn these acronyms because we never really used these acronyms in my industry. But this was big. We used to use cost per sale all the time. So then we would have CTR. So what's CTR? I want to make sure you guys are not able to see this. So let's go ahead and move this thing. Take that down. Cool. So you guys should be able to see CTR, right? You guys can see it. I want to make sure you guys are live. You can see it. I'm alive. I'm awake and I feel great. Someone said CPA. Friends with Sarah Young and CPA. Okay. It's just someone's a friends with. CPA, CPV, small screens. Awesome. So like I said, Akumi is there to actually help moderate. She'll probably be able to answer these questions too because she spent a lot of time with me learning that stuff. So hopefully she's online and she's sharing. But you have a CTR. So CTR, can anybody guess what CTR is? You said click-through rate, you're right. So it is a... So it's a click-through rate. Facebook measures that a lot. Facebook actually has a click-through rate, so you could actually see and what it is too, by the way, click-through rate is not necessarily the right click. It might have been a like, it might have been a share, it might have been who knows, I'm not even sure if they might be measuring, does somebody look at a video and open up? They might say that's a click-through rate, and then they pass that completely through for whatever reason, I don't know. But that's something that is definitely rated. The next one here is, see if I have room, yes I do, is FE. So you'll hear me say, in my training I'll say the FE, and people are like, well, what the heck's an FE? Well, an FE is a front end. And you're like, well, what's a front end? Do you hear me say like back end, front end? Like nobody knows what that is, right? No, there's a reason for it. So a front end is the tripwire, the invisible funnel, the front end cell. Okay, it's where the first cell originates from, regardless if it's the first sales page in your funnel. If you're building funnels, highly recommend funnels. But if you're building funnels, it is it's that exact thing. It's that first thing you see. Okay, that first line of sales copy. It's that first video you see that's introducing you to the product or wherever the lead came from, wherever you might have come from. That's where the front end is. Okay. Then you also heard, we still have some room here, OTO. What's an OTO? One time offer. I don't even know why it's called a one-time offer. I mean, I kind of do. I understand it. So what happens is like, here's a front end. Okay. Here's a OTO. Hope you guys can see. Yep. OTO 1. OTO 2. And usually there's another one. OTO 3. And so this is the front end. So remember we showed you that value ladder. Let's say this could have been, $7 entry point. Doesn't always have to be free. If you've got high value, if you have a high perceived value, $7, $27, $37, $67, $107, $497, it doesn't really matter. That is based off the perceived value. If you know the person, they already have authority in the industry, they can charge a lot more money than that, okay? But it's because people already know, like, and trust them. They already know that they deliver when they come out with their products. So it's based off trust. They're coming in, they're buying, and they know why they're buying, okay? So that's the front end. So OTO, one-time offer, that's usually the next offer. So whatever it costs, all right? So that's what an OTO is. They call it a one-time offer, mainly why I think is because once they leave from this page to this page, this is now gone. But it just kind of depends, right? It all sort of depends on how. Usually it does leave because like their model changes. There's during a launch period is either like I've seen 3-day launches, 5-day launches, 7-day launches, 2-week launches. There's all different types and ways that you can sell stuff online. But this is just, again, just keeping it super basic and feeding you some of the advanced stuff as we go. The next thing is a DS. DS. Okay, what's a DS? DS1. DS2. All right, downsell. The downsell. Okay, that's what a downsell is. That's what downsells mean. And these are I'm going to do a quick review with you guys. Just a real fast review, recap with you before we take off. I know we've been on here for, over an hour now? Awesome. Hour and 20 minutes, man. I could keep going. I could definitely keep going. But what I'm going to do is I want to make sure it's bite chunks, bite sizes, so that way you can just, again, absorb the information, especially if you're new. So just to kind of do a recap, we have call to action, which is CTA. Call to action is basically me telling you, hey, we've got a contest. You can win money. You can win we have $400 in total cash we're giving away. Starting tomorrow to give everybody a chance to have an opportunity to earn, all you have to do is go to sharkcontest.com. I just gave it to you. I just gave you guys the CTA, sharkcontest.com. All you have to do is sign up there. All you have to do is share. All you have to do is like. There's actually, it's a point system. The more points you get and the more people you refer, the better the chance you're going to win. And it's my ethical bribe to help us grow this information. So let me help me help you, right? So go ahead, do that. Go to sharkcontest.com. If not, do it right after now. So that's a CTA. That's a call to action, just using that as an example. EPCs, we talked about that. Earnings per click. And guys, I would love feedback when I do get done. Send me some messages on some stuff you want to learn. If you want me to literally break down earnings per clicks, we will definitely do it. It's basically like dividing the amount of money you're making by the number of clicks coming in. That usually gives you your actual earnings per click. It's very simple. So the next thing is PPC, your pay per click. How much does it cost you per click? So is it costing me? Look, I have stuff that I'm getting like 4 cents a click. I have stuff I think I'm getting like 3 or 4 cents a click. And I've seen sub-penny clicks. Okay, it's true. It can happen. There's ways to do it. It's just understanding how to hack that stuff. But you know, if you're getting 2 cents, 4 cents, if you're getting, then it's like, what's your cost per lead? I should have put that up there. Cost CPL. So your cost per lead is also another good acronym to know. So we have that. Then we have a CPM. Why is the M mean 1,000? 1,000 what? 1,000 impressions. So CPM is 1,000, typically 1,000 impressions. We have LTV. You down with LTV? Yes, I am. So LTV, long-term value. CPC, cost per click. CPS, cost per sale. So how much does it cost you if you're buying traffic per sale? Very important metric to understand. And I think like Facebook has pixels and stuff like that. And actually, I could probably even leave with pixels if you guys want. No, I'm gonna talk about pixels tomorrow. It's more complicated. Then also we have CTR, click-through rate. So for whatever reason, you might want to pay attention to how many times people click. And then you also have FE, which is front end, which is usually your front end sales page into your funnel. Then you have OTOs, which are products or offerings inside of your funnel. And then you have downsells, which is if I don't buy this, on the upsell, which is basically what an OTO is, basically an upsell. If I don't buy the upsell, then I'm gonna be brought to a downsell page where either there's like a discount or there's a payment program to get the same thing, or it's totally something different. But it usually has to. They have to coincide with each other. Like, I can't sell you a thing about blogging and then come over here and sell you a thing about selling microphones or selling physical products or something like that. It doesn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense in the funnel. I can't sell you something about social media and then sell you about something that has nothing to do with social media. So that's the downsell. All these things have to help each other. They have to complement each other. Okay. So that's what downsells are. And that is it. That's it for the Shark Show. Thank you all for watching today. Thank you for being a part of it. I sincerely love it, and sincerely love that you're here. And I hope that you guys, my goal of this is that I hope you guys get a ton of information and that you start understanding like basic marketing stuff, branding. Also, then I want you guys to start increasing your knowledge. I want you guys to start, having faster speed of implementation. I want you guys to succeed. Truly, I'm giving you guys information that I've literally spent thousands and tens of thousands of dollars because I have shiny objects syndrome, just like everybody. I still buy stuff. Okay, some of my connections, sometimes they hook me up because they want me to promote it or whatever, or they just hook me up because they're cool in that industry. But I've worked for it. I've bought tens and tens of thousands of dollars worth of training, coaching, everything, you name it. I pretty much have spent money and I've invested my time into it, and then now I'm utilizing it and capitalizing from it. So I want to end it with that. End it with the fact that I just really appreciate you guys for being here. I'm going to be on tomorrow. Should be the same time, 4 p.m. If it's not, I'll let you know. But that's it. I want to know, are you guys excited? Do you guys have any questions? Let me ask you if you guys have any questions before we leave. So let's see. Lifetime value, someone said they got that one. Very cool. Go back to comments. Click-through rate, cool, Joseph, looks like you got that. George, you guys are paying good attention. Good attention. Do you guys have any questions for me before we take off? I know that there is a little bit of a delay, so that's okay. While the delay is going, while you're writing something, remember to sign up for the contest. My Ethical Bribe, right? My Ethical Bribe is sign up to the contest right now. If you go, just go to sharkcontest.com. Go to sharkcontest.com. You can sign up there. There'll be instructions, in fact, how to use it. And let me look, too, to see while I'm waiting. I want to see if anybody, how far we've gotten anyways with the contest. I can tell you real quickly here. So let me go ahead and refresh the screen. Yeah, it looks like Yvette's moved up. Lorna is about the same. So not too much, but definitely have some top people there that have come on. Looks like we've had 114 visitors. 30 people have signed up in total. So very cool. Much appreciated. And let's see, any questions? So is there a schedule for what you will cover each day? I don't have a schedule completely because I might change things up on you. It's not like I'm preparing for you to go to an event, but this is kind of like an event, so it's going to be in your home. But I have, like I said, I've got a whole bunch of categories based off basic, intermediate, and advanced. And so today again was just very basic stuff to kind of help you guys understand and learn it. Then we're going to go into more advanced stuff, and I might switch things up. So I don't want to give you here's all of the topics. I did give some topics before we got started, which was like a week ago, where people actually took a poll about some things that they wanted to learn about. So I took those into consideration before actually making this program. But again, you never know. So I don't want to actually share all of that with you guys, but I will share the information, and it will be very, very, very valuable for you. So again, hope you guys got tons of value, and definitely hit me up with questions or anything like that. I just want to provide you with tons of value, and let's go ahead and end the show right now. So thank you guys. Peace out.